I'm not sure how much you can see, but we are off on an explore today here on the northern beaches, and I think it's about time Belzy hunts down her first trig station. So we're along Mona Vale Road here at about 6:15. We're going to have to take the Ku-ring-gai Trail. So once we get a little bit closer, and hopefully the light will get a little bit better. It's going to be cloudy today. We'll tell you all about this trig station, which is very hidden. I was a bit worried that this fire trail was going to be closed, because every time I've driven along Mona Vale Road here, I've noticed a big grader sitting in this driveway, no doubt fixing the trail after the fires that have gone through. If you have a look on Google Maps, this is known as the Ryland Trail, but here on the gate it's the Ku-ring-gai Chase National Park Ku-ring-gai Trail. So we are after the Ryland Trig. So the directions that I have is you head along the Ryland Trail until you get to a junction with a Y where it intersects with the Ku-ring-gai Trail. And from there on in, we have to hit the bush. This is a trig station that's very well hidden. It has been damaged by fire over the years. And as I said before, it was about time that Belzy tracks down her first trig. There's plenty of them out there where you can just walk right up to them on lookouts and just as you're walking along bush tracks, but this one and these ones are the ones that I love the most. The ones where you have to put in coordinates and see if you can track it down. Nice open fire trail. This goes for about 1.2 kilometers. So we've got a 2.4 kilometer walk on a beautiful fire trail like this, and the distance I measured on Google Maps yesterday once we hit the bush and followed the ridge, it's about 600 meters to the trig station. Belzy's non-favourite sight when she sees a fire trail heading straight down, because she knows what goes down must eventually come back up. How steep is it? You do have the conditions in your favour. It's nice and cool today. Oh, it's not too bad. It's easy. It's easy. But we are now starting to see mountains on the other side, houses. So we're getting closer to this ridge line that the intel tells us about. It looks to me on Google Maps, if you do take the track off to the left and not head it into the bush and then beeline for Ryland Trig that way, it's a lot quicker. Only problem is it says that the bush is very thick, and the easiest way is to head along the outside where it's light scrub and then beeline for it that way. So that's the way we're going to do it. It looks like we have reached the junction where it splays off to the left hand side, which is known as the Ryland Fire Trail, and off to the right here the Ku-ring-gai Fire Trail, and the one that we've just come along is the same. Now it says here to head into the bush and follow the ridge. See if you can see a little small track that people have walked on, like a goat track, whatever you reckon, up through there. We're going to have to head in through here and get to the edge of the escarpment somehow, from what it says. Let's just walk down a little bit further. See how they mentioned that the scrub's not too thick?
Yeah.
So that's what they're talking about. So I think we'll head in there until we can see some views. I can see some views straight through there. So we'll head in through here, snake our way to the edge there, and then work our way along. This is going to be a little bit of trial and error. So we've just made our way through the bush here. We do see a track coming in from the other side here. It does say to walk along the ridge. A small little track. See where other people have come in from? So other people have walked down the Ryland Trail a little bit and they've formed their own little go track. So that's what we should have done. Again, the intel that I looked at, who knows when that was written online. Whoever wrote that, that could be 10 years old. There's updated versions where people have made their own tracks since then. And it looks like we're on the right one. So you can still see the fire trail down there. So now we just follow the ridge. We should be able to see some nice views off to the right hand side here. Yeah, I would say down this way.
Why?
Where are you thinking? Through?
Back down.
No, around the ridge.
You think?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just follow the rocks all the way around. It does say to follow rocks. I want to see some views because that's what the information that I have says. See, there's a track heading up through here. I'm just going to keep on heading along these rocks and see if we can get to the edge of it. Let's see what's over here. See, there's the fire trail down there. The Ku-ring-gai never fail fire trail. So we'll keep on working our way up there. We've made our way on top of the ridge. There's no directions I can give you. Just keep on heading up until you get to the side of a cliff, the escarpment so to speak. So you can see it's all the way down there. And that is the easiest way if you think about the Ku-ring-gai never fail trail is all the way up there, down there. So if you walk up from there, it's a huge climb up. So we've come up the right way. So all we're going to do now is just hug this, and as soon as the Ryland Trig pops up on Bill's Google Maps to the left hand side here, that's where we're going to have to head into the bush. The reason why they gave these directions is because it's not so dense and it looks pretty good so far. I can't see any tracks. I don't think a lot of people would be doing this. Like, this is a big call to finish this. If you don't really know your way through the bush, it's not as easy. Your average weekend walker, I think, has got Buckley's chance of finding this. Even though you got your coordinates, so many different tracks through the bush, you're virtually just guessing which one to take. It's not like you can get lost because you've got tracks on either side of you, but you're putting time on your explore by not getting to the trig station in quick time. So we have now moved away from the ridge and started to head in bush. We have noticed a couple of rocks here that someone has possibly put together. Give us a look at that camera of yours, hun. So this has been Bell's little baby all along. So you can see now, turn around this way. I'm not quite sure if the camera will pick that up. That's us there, and that's the Ryland Trig right there, which means we're going to have to head into this thick bush. So I think we go a little bit further, see if we can pass this type of shrubs so we don't get cut up too bad. But I think we're pretty close now. Again, it hasn't been easy. From when that post was written up, the bush has grown since then. He was talking about heading along the ridge and seeing views. We didn't see any views. Doesn't take long for especially if there was a fire through here 4 or 5 years ago, the bush would have regenerated and grown even thicker. I think just head along a little bit further until these type of shrubs end on the left-hand side, Belle, and then we head in from there. Okay, Belle has decided to head into the bush. I am just following her. I told her this is going to be special, hunting down your first trig. Mr. Ryland here is always going to be memorable for you. Okay, it's opened up. Good call, Belle. Great call. So you know what you're looking for? It's one of those big ones. A rock can hidden in scrub that once served its purpose for mapping Australia. What do you reckon? There's a little track through there.
That's looking like it.
Okay, so go through the little track there.
I was just looking at that before.
Yeah. Yeah, I think straight through there, yeah?
I thought it might be that rock.
I think we work our way through. We are very close to it now. It's somewhere in here. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'd remember back in 2022, Mavericks and myself did like a skirmish line where we spread out to track down, I forget what it was called now, the back of Terrey Hills, Duffys Forest there. And that one had dates going back as far as the 50s and the 60s. That was very well hidden as well. That was just a vein that was out of the ground, I think. Didn't even have any rocks in it. A lot of these ones have been destroyed by fire. From all reports, this one is missing its post and vein as well. Yeah, keep on going. Just whatever way opens up, Bill. It'll tell you on Google Maps if we've gone past it, where we have to turn left. So I think just keep on making your way through. That's what these trigs are all about, the ones that are hidden. You just have to make your way through the bush. We've been snaking our way through the bush. I've just been following Belle, and look how close we are. I'm hoping that shows up. We are the blue, and there's the trig there. Does it actually say Ryland Trig? Oh, it's just the coordinates that you put in. All right, keep on going. We should get to it very soon. I'll be very proud of you, Belzy. You found this all, apart from Google Maps, but you were the one that were taking the tracks through all the bush. I'll check the time also. It was 6:30 when we passed that gate on Maynavale Road there. You're joking? You serious or not? That close? It looked even further away on the map. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look how dense the bush is. So think about when this was made. I'll have a look on my phone for a date. There wouldn't have been any trees around here, because this was a marking point for surveyors in a triangulation effect. So you would have had one at Terrey Hills, another one towards the Wakehurst Parkway, another one towards St Ives, and that's how you measured distances. So I'll get my phone out and let you know exactly when this was built and last inspected. If you're a bushwalker and had no idea about trig stations and you came across something like this, you'd go, what the hell is that? Have a look at it through there. This is a big one. It's a shame that the post and vein have been damaged in fire. Do you think about the rocks around this can have been sourced from around the area many years ago to form this? This is a well hidden trig. What do you think, honey? Mr. Ryland and you are best buddies now. That's your first ever trig you hunted down. See, I see these trig stations like people. This one needed to be rescued. He was calling out for us all week saying, come and visit me. I'm a forgotten piece of history. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at this beautiful gum right next to it. The gum's probably been around for as long as the trig has. Let me just get the phone and see if I've got a date of when this trig may have been built. Oh, yeah. It was last inspected in June. I can't even see that. It's either 19. Can you see that, honey? Down the bottom there. Last inspected.
June 1983.
83.
Yeah.
Elevation 190 metres. Doesn't give me a date or when it was done. I'd say a lot of these were built around the 1930s. So I would think this is 96 years old. 96 years old. Must have been a wooden post, because if it was a metal one, it would be just scattered off here in the bush somewhere, but yeah, that would have been a part of it taken off the top, probably when the post and vein were taken off. Would be a hole straight through the bottom there. Just try to video it from all angles. So what would you like to do once we take our desired picture, son? Go back the same way, or do you want to trudge through the bush there behind you and beeline with the Ryland Trail? If you want to do that, yeah, it looks like it heads down. If it's downhill, down that way, let's do that. We'll hit the trail, and that way we don't have to... Now, if you go straight down where you are, then we turn left as soon as we hit the trail and go back to Maynavale Road. Because we have come from the left-hand side. If you turn right, you're heading towards St Ives Showground. I've just had a look at the surrounding area here, and there is a track coming in from this 3-trunk tree. So people may have still been following the ridge and come in an easier way. We got a little bit quicker because the bush wasn't as dense, and we came in from the side of it. We've taken all the pictures that we need to. This is a nice, big, girthy one. You think that's girthy, Belzy? Very girthy. This is the Ryland Trig. Another one ticked off the list. And as I said, Belzy will forever remember this, because I gave her the coordinates at that first junction where it splayed off to the left. There wasn't even a track heading anywhere. And from there she guided us along the ridge. And she was the one that determined where we headed in from the bush. Beautiful. How many rocks you think would be there? Looking at just this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 in this section, 25, 25, 25. I'd say anywhere in between 100 to 200 rocks. Some of those are quite heavy.
Yeah.
And they're sourced from this area. These are all natural rock. So you notice here other ones that have just been scattered right there, which probably would have been on top of that one. And this may have been even taller than it was. But it amazes me that it's in the middle of nowhere. So a triangulation effect to measure distances from surveyors back in the day, and there would not have been any trees. Because if there was trees here, how do you measure the point from here to St Ives, which is out there? How do you measure the point from here to Wakehurst Parkway? Or the point from here to Terrey Hills? There's no way of doing it. So this would have been so bare, but in that time, 90 years, the bush has regrown. All right, your call, Belle. What do you want to do? Straight down the hillside here onto the Ryland Trail or not? Because it is the quickest way, saves us trudging through bush, going back the original way.
Yeah, straight down to the trail.
Okay, so straight down to the trail. So if anyone does find the Ryland Trig, you see where it is, just straight through there, where the gum tree is. If you get to this other gum tree here, with the squiggly lines, we're going to try to head down this mountain. I think that's why they told you to follow the ridge, because you're coming up, which makes it harder. See the valley on the other side there. But going down, as long as we can find safe passage, will be a lot quicker. So once we get to the trail, we'll let you know how hard or easy it was. See you later, Ryland. It was a pleasure meeting you, my friend. I don't think I'll be back up this way again anytime soon, but if I do, it will be with Mavericks. I'm sure Mavericks will want to see you one day. We're about halfway down from where the Ryland Trig was. Hasn't been that hard going. A lot of rock platforms that we've just been able to snake our way down. We're just zigzagging, finding the easiest path. It is more difficult to head up from the trail, so I would probably suggest that you get to the trig station the way we did, and then maybe head home the way we are. So somewhere soon down there, as long as there's not a big drop here. If there's a big drop here, Belle, you do realise we're going to have to climb back up the mountain again. There's a couple of rocks here that look like there's a considerable drop. Then again, you have something like that where it looks like there's steps. And there's the trail right there. Yeah. Whether or not we'll be able to get down this, there's two cliffs, this one here and another one below us, and I think it then peters out. Alright, so come down where I am, we'll head down through here, and once we're on flat ground, we'll show you where we exited on the trail. I won't lie, that was a bit of an effort coming down there. A real big effort. There's a number of little small cliff lines that you had to jump down, but we could always see the trail, which made it not so bad because we knew. How long do you reckon that was? 10 minutes from the top?
Yep.
Yeah, about 10 minutes down from the Ryland Trail. So if you want to do it the quickest way, let's see if there's any markers here. There's nothing really I could point out. Okay, you've got the telecommunications tower in the distance over there. See if I can buzz through. Not sure if you can see it through the trees there. If you come adjacent with the two towers, if you then head straight up the bush, and it is doable, but I would look at Belsy. Got no idea where she's going. Are we going to St Ives Showground, darling? You want to go to the showground? Like this way. Come on, darling. Come on. I'll go over this way. I don't want to end up in St Ives. We've still got another 2 explores to do today if we've got time. Yeah, so straight up through here. But my advice would be, once you get to the signpost of Ryland Trail and the Ku-ring-gai Never Fail Trail, head straight up into the bush, find the ridge, work your way along the ridge. Definitely have Google Maps on, and that way you can work your way towards the trig station. Heading along the trail back towards Monavale Road, you can see just how high the mountain is. This is probably the easiest way to get up, I'd say, and then work your way up. It's a lot easier climbing up rocks than going up through bush and then climbing up rocks. There just looks to be one big rock platform, and then you're pretty much on top of the ridge. But this is definitely the quicker way to get to the trig station. You can imagine, with there being no trees and the valley on the other side, how it would have worked measuring distances. Can you see those signposts yet? There it is, just there. Is that the Y intersection there? Look how close that is. That is so close. So we're talking 100 metre running race, 200 metres, probably 400 metres. 400 metres from the junction here, heading straight up, 10 minutes, and you will hit it. You will find the rock hand. It's a retired Ryland Trig. So there's the signs up there in the distance. So if you do take the Ryland Trail, it's probably about 500 or 600 metres down, and then if you look for the telecommunication towers in the distance on your left, when you're adjacent with them, head straight up the mountain. Or here's the top of the ridge here. A lot of people, I would say, come down this trail and head up here. This is where we've seen that goat track, and work your way along the ridge where it's not so dense, and then find the trig station that way, and then come down the mountain a lot quicker. We've got a nice, flat, wide, open trail all the way back home now. Our second explore is just down the road here today. So once we get back into the cars and move to a different parking spot, I'll fill you in on what that's all about, but that will be a separate video. Time wise, we started at 6:30. It is now, hang on hun, 8:12. So we completed that in an hour and a half, but by the time we get back to the car, I'd say 2 hours. We are just exiting the gate now at exactly 8:33. So 2 hours to the gate. We've got another 15-20 minute walk back to the vehicle, which is right across from Forest Way Fresh. We did see a woman on this trailer. It looks like you can park on the side of the road here. I always thought there was no stopping signs, and that's the reason why I didn't park here. So there is one last thing that I want to do. Along this roadway here, we've seen a tennis racket that someone had thrown out from a car, it looks like. I'm going to pick it up and film it and see if it's in decent condition. It's still in its cover, in its bag. But you can park right on the edge of Monavar Road here. See, there's no stopping signs down there. Let's get to that no stopping sign, see if it points back up this way. I don't know if where she's parked here is legal. You can see over here, there's a no stopping sign. Now, I'm not quite sure if this no stopping sign means you can't park on the road here, or if it means you can't park up here also. So you can take that risk if you want, or park your car in Myora Road, across from Forestway Fresh. You've got 8-hour parking there, and come in that way. Where this chair is up the top here, that's where the tennis racket was, just to the left-hand side. Once we get up there, I'll turn the camera back on, and we'll have a little bit of a review of what this tennis racket looks like. So somewhere here in the bush, I noticed a tennis racket as we were walking up. Right here. I think we'll get a hold of this and see what it's all about. It's the Techno Pro Premiere. We're going to do an unveiling. Do you want to unveil this, Belzy? Do you want to pull it out? Give me that other camera. Put that away. Take it out and let's see what it's all about. Zipper up the top. Oh my goodness. Brand new. Hold it. Oh, Belzy, could you pull it out? Does it look new or not? Is it used?
Yeah, it's used.
Take it out. What are you doing? Pull the zipper down. I like the colours. It looks like in decent condition. It's got a head grip on it. Wilson. It's got the Wilson logo. I think the cover's different. So whatever the Techno cover is, it's got nothing to do with this. Impressive. All right, we'll bid you farewell from here. Thanks for joining us. That was the Ryland Trig. We're just about to go through the ferns here and back to the vehicle. So until we see you again on the next adventure or explore from Belzy and myself, adios.